One seat left in the big dance, and it was wild down the stretch. Back and forth they went. He ran 4th and 4, passing up 3 to take the lead at the 5-minute mark. Pass broken up, and it was a turnover on downs. The Seattle Seahawks would possess it for about 4.5 of those minutes. Last gasp here from LA. Stafford to Puka on the sideline. Looks like he got out with 3 ticks, but knee was down, ball inbounds, and with that, the Seattle Seahawks due for a meeting with the New England Patriots, 31-27 in an absolute classic in the NFC title game. A look at your box score again, 31-27, and interestingly enough, in this third matchup between these two teams, this was the largest margin of victory. 3 games between these two played close to the vest, and in the end, it's Seattle on their way to Super Bowl 60. Postgame is presented by Heinz. It has to be Heinz. Joe Musso, pleased to be back alongside the guys. And fellas, there are so many layers to this 60 minutes of football, and it was entertaining to the very last drop. Surface level, though, Mac, I think we just watched a great quarterback duel in the NFC Championship game, and the advantage in that duel goes to Sam Darnold. Not the game script we expected, but heck of a night here for Sammy D.
Sam went blow for blow with the potential MVP of the league in Matthew Stafford. It seems like when Matthew Stafford was finding his rhythm, he was getting things going, he made a play, Sam came back and made a play. I mean, when you look at the growth and development in which we've watched with Sam Darnold, it's been amazing. And I can tell you this much, he lived up to the contract that he signed this past offseason when the Seattle Seahawks went out and gave him a nice, handsome ransom. This is what they were expecting to see from Sam Darnold. In the more critical moments of their season, especially tonight, he delivered mightily, 346 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was unbelievable. And this is what we expect to see from Sam Darnold moving forward. Because, you know, once upon a time, that was the question mark with this team. They have everything. They got great coaches. They got a great defense. They got great a fan base, especially they're playing in the midst of the 12. But the question mark was always who? Sam Darnold. Will the old Sam Darnold surface? That old Sam Darnold is long gone, and he will not be resurrected. This is a new being. He's living up to the building. Shouts out to Sam Darnold. Shouts out to the Seattle Seahawks. They did what they were supposed to do.
Pat, what'd you see in the confidence that he went about his business? Because we're talking about, all right, you know, world-class defense, play a game script where Darnold only has to throw it 20, 25 times. We're looking at 25 of 36 for the 346, and the man who turned the ball over with such frequency this year keeps it clean as well.
Man, this was a huge game by Sam Darnold. B-Mac already alluded to it, far as him going back blow for blow with Matthew Stafford. But look at the first 4 games when he played this Los Angeles Rams team. He was two touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Tonight, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And on third down, the most pivotal down in this ball game, it was 3 of 13. So they was converting on third down, and also they stayed aggressive their entire game. I believe that's something that gave them the ability not only to win this game, but keep the Los Angeles Rams on their heels.
You know, when it comes to Sam Darnold, we all have thought about him as New York Jets Sam Darnold. And then he was able to kind of shake that. He goes to Carolina, and then obviously he has that 90% of a season with the Minnesota Vikings. Then it's those last 2 games, right? It's the final regular season game, and that's the playoff game where he turned into a pumpkin. And then you hold that against him going into this season. And then he throws, you know, the 4 interceptions against the Rams a little bit earlier in the year, and you say, there it is. This is where it happens. This is where it turns. And he never looked like that again the rest of the season. He looked like the Sam Darnold that we have seen most of 2025, Sam Darnold that we saw almost all of 2024 up until the final 2 games of that year. And so I said a few weeks ago that we're past the whole, is Sam Darnold going to turn back into the old Sam Darnold? You're right. That Sam Darnold is long gone. And we have to now start looking at him as one of the top 10 to 12 quarterbacks in the NFL on a given Sunday. Not saying if you're going to go build a team right now, who do you want, right? He's not going to win that argument against a Josh Allen or a Joe Burrow or Lamar Jackson. We're not talking about that, but what we are saying is can he not turn the football over? Can he pass for 300-plus yards? Can he take care of the football and put you in winning positions? The answer has been and continues to be resoundingly yes.
So impressed by the performance, not just the box score, but when and how those throws were made. Pass rush at his feet, delivering the ball exactly where it needed to be throughout the midst of this game. Both sides made some almost damning mistakes, whether it was fumbled punts or untimely, unsportsmanlike conducts. And in the end, Seattle able to survive it and punch their ticket into the Super Bowl. They will meet the New England Patriots. An early look at that line, Seattle a 4.5-point favorite when that line opened up. We will have a full Super Bowl breakdown coming up in a bit here on CBS Sports HQ. JJ, I want to take you back to Seattle because Sam Darnold was one of the final pieces added to this group this year. This didn't happen overnight. This is high-level, elite player evaluation and player development, getting the coach right. How did the fabric, the framework of this Seattle team show up here in the NFC title game?
So this was a perennial playoff contender up until the final really year of Pete Carroll's tenure there. They decided to part with him, and they say, we have a really great defensive group here, and we want to go out. This was at the same time where teams were all trying to snap up offensive play calling coaches because that's the only way that you can possibly win over a period of time, right? That was the thought, because if your play caller is good, if your OC is good, teams are going to come get him, and you're going to have to keep replenishing that offensive coordinator every single year. Well, Mike Macdonald is a great leader of men and a great defensive play caller, and the Seattle Seahawks said, we want to find the best coach. They absolutely did that, right? And they had a pretty good Geno Smith, but John Schneider, the general manager there, said, we'll do without him. I think that we can get an upgrade at quarterback with Sam Darnold. John Schneider was one of the few people on this earth, not in the Sam Darnold bloodline, who believed that Sam Darnold could get them over the hump, and to this exact point right here. You don't go make that move for him if you don't think that you can be here right now. And there's nobody at this desk who would have told you 12 months ago that Sam Darnold can be the guy for the Seahawks to get them back to the Super Bowl. 100%. He believed in that. This is one of, and he was just voted the Executive of the Year by the Professional Football Writers of America. Sam Darnold and John Schneider is the Executive of the Year, and it's not close at that position.
It's impressive. And when you look at it this way, the 2018 NFL draft class had some quarterbacks in it. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield. Sam Darnold, the first quarterback from that class to start in a Super Bowl. It's going to be Santa Clara, and it's going to be against the New England Patriots. I come to you here, B-Mac, and question so many different things about LA. I mean, you're able to score the way they scored against this Seattle defense. If I told you they found 27 points, you'd probably tell me they got a pretty good chance to win this football game tonight. What's the what if for LA? What are they going back and looking at and wanting to change?
Unfortunately for the Rams, guys, their Achilles heel the entire season surfaced once again.
Secondary.
And special team woes. That was their issue in September. That was their issue midway through the season.
And they fired their special teams coordinator last month.
And then tonight, another special teams blunder. The muff punt return that led to a prime scoring opportunity for Seattle. You take those 7 points away, who knows? And not only did they put 7 points on the scoreboard, something that you don't believe in, JJ, they stole the momentum the Rams had just got because of that defensive stop.
Yeah.
They got to stop. And in a night where stops were very, very hard to come by for the Rams, you can't have these mishaps, guys. I mean, when you look at how Sam Darnold was wheeling and dealing, you look at JSN, you don't want to give them extra possessions dead in the red zone, right? So those are things they got to improve. And to your point, JJ, the special teams coordinator got fired, I think, after the second Seattle game, where they had that special team blunder in that game. And it still surfaced to put them in a position to lose this ball game. And Pat, I'll let you know, you hit on the secondary, but that's the key point for me, guys. Going back early September, remember how they lost the Philadelphia Eagles game? Missed field goal, blocked field goal. It started early in the year, and unfortunately for the Rams, they were very, very consistent in being bad in that area. And once again tonight, man, that special team blunder really hurt them.
Your weakness will be revealed when you put good on good. The secondary was one of those weaknesses as well, Pat. You look at what JSN does. You see a couple big grabs in big moments by others. Cooper Kupp